What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NBA High Five video with your boy. I'm excited for this. Drop a like down below, comment anything in the comment section, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and get it, man. You guys know me. I don't like to keep up too much of your time. I like to get in and get out. I am loving this slate. Capital L. All right. You know what? Every letter capitalized. Loving this slate today. We just have spots where guys weren't really increased too much. I mean, Jalen Brunson's price was increased, yes, but he's still priced at a good spot. I mean, we got plenty of guys whose prices are just kind of still not adjusted to where they need to be, and it's making things pretty damn simple today. And I love it when things are just kind of falling in place perfectly. And so far today, it has been beautiful studying this slate because things have just kind of clicked perfectly, and I'm loving this high five. And so I'm not going to keep up too much of your time. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. Greenlightdfs.com to join the squad. Let's get it. Starting off at point guard, I'm going to start it off with Patty Mills. Once again, Patty Mills is under 4K. He is still in the 3Ks. He is not really being increased much. He's right here around the same range. For a guy like Patty Mills, to be playing 30 something minutes in a great offense like Brooklyn in a solid matchup here. I feel pretty damn good for him to hit at least 20 for 5x, even if you round up to 4. So I feel like 20 is his floor here. 19 was what he got against Golden State November 16th. That was just kind of a letdown, but the other times he got 38 and 31 minutes against OKC. He got 29 against Cleveland. Like, it's just a solid spot here for Patty Mills at home. Love this spot for him at 3-8, and I'm right on board with him once again. Really, really like Patty Mills. He's grading out for me as a fantastic value on this slate, and I'm all over it. Next up, as long as Doncic is off, Porzingis and Jalen Brunson are going to be fantastic options. Now, if Doncic was going to be out for a month, Brunson and Porzingis' price might eventually get to the point where it's just too high. And Brunson's price did raise a lot, where Porzingis has only raised $400, which is criminal. I'm right back to Porzingis. But Jalen Brunson's, on the other hand, raised a ton. What was his price? He was 5.7 last time. Now he's 6.7. So he went up 1,000. The thing is, though, is I still have him projected over 40, slightly over 40. And at that, I mean, you round him up to 7K, that's still hitting easily value. I mean, I think 35 is easily reachable for Brunson here against Phoenix here. I love these guys. These are, like I said before, last time I put these two guys in the high five, and they ended up smashing, and we had a huge night that night, by the way. So that's another reason why I feel great about this slate, because, I mean, last time we had this same kind of slate on tap, we smashed. So, but yeah, Brunson and Porzingis, anytime Doncic's off the floor, just don't overthink about it. You know what I mean? Just fucking do what you got to do. Now, it would be different if Brunson was like 8K right now, because then I would have him projected still only around 5X. Then you could really start, second guessing it. But at 6.7, he's still too cheap, guys. Round him up to 7K. We need 35 for 5X. 35 is reachable, and 40 plus is the upside. So I really like Brunson and Porzingis once again. Next up, to run that back, I'm right back on the Ayton train, baby. I love Deandre Ayton, man. Fantastic matchup here. Deandre Ayton is a guy who's still just priced too low. He's still under 7K for a guy who should be, with his talent level, eventually in the 8K range. So right now you're getting a discount for Ayton. Great matchup. He just dropped the 41 against Dallas the other day. Once again, you can round his price up to 7K just like Brunson. Both of these guys are easy 5X values today for cash games and have the upside of 50s. And Brunson and Ayton will hit that 50 piece here before you know it. So I really like this spot for Ayton, man, and it's a fantastic spot for him once again. Next up, last but not least, man. Okay, so there's a funny story behind this. So last night, right, I had a couple guys that I was really interested in for my final spot on my lineup, right? And I was talking to my uncle, and I wish you guys could hear our conversations like 30 minutes before the slate, because we're just going over so many different things and just kind of trying to figure it out 100%. Like, we're battling between guys, and uh, my gut was really high on Dylan Brooks, as you guys know. I talked about Dylan Brooks. I believe I put him in the high five yesterday. I'm not 100%, but I was really high on him yesterday. Really solid usage rate. Still only 6K. Just seemed like he was just too cheap into a good value. He didn't end up working out, but the guy I was debating on him with is Gary Trent. And oh man, how frustrated I was when I saw Gary Trent go for 40 something, man. Uh, yeah, that was on me last night. I sided with Dylan Brooks, even though I should have gone Gary Trent. And this is where my own thought process gets the best of me sometimes. And that's why DFS can be hard sometimes. Because, look, I always tell you guys, go with the guy getting some type of bump. You know what I mean? If it comes down to two guys and you know what I mean? You have to choose between one, and one of them's not getting an injury bump, where the other one is. Go with the one with the injury bump. Now that I look back at it, I think to myself, yes, Dylan Brooks was going to be a low owned spot that my gut really, really liked yesterday. It just didn't work out great. And could he have done well? Sure. I mean, things would be different if he dropped 50, obviously, but he didn't. And at the end of the day, Gary Trent was right there, saying around the same price. Didn't have the usage rate of Dylan Brooks, but he was getting a bump. OG was out. You know what I mean? And with him getting an injury bump like that, I should have sided with the guy getting the injury bump. Like I always tell you guys, I literally broke the same exact thing I always tell you guys, and I will not be making that mistake again. I'm right back to Gary Trent Jr. today. Absolutely love this kid. He showed out this last game. Great matchup against Sacramento, so I definitely have some interest in Toronto in general because there are a few guys. I do like Van Vliet as well. He pops for me. But those are the two Toronto guys I really have interested in. To be honest with you, I'm probably still not on Birch. I know Birch hit value yesterday, but it's just I know, and I know he's getting a bump, but I predominantly like, especially with the value already of Patty Mills, I kind of like the balance route a little bit, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, Gary Trent's in a fantastic spot, and I just wanted to let y'all know I keep it real, man. I wanted to let y'all know that even me, I study this shit nonstop all day long. I sided with my gut yesterday instead of what my DFS brain knows I should have gone with. You know what I mean? And me and my uncle were talking back and forth about this, and I ended up siding with my gut because my gut was screaming to me. I ended up having Dylan Brooks projected a couple points higher than Trent, and it came down to straight raw points. Who do I think is going to score more? And my gut was so heavy on Dylan Brooks that I went Dylan Brooks instead of letting my DFS brain tell me, you know what? You tell people all the time, go with the guy with the bump, and I should have done that. And it was just a simple mistake. And it's just, a mistake a lot of people make, honestly. I don't make that mistake often because I've been doing this long enough to know better. But at the end of the day, I thought I was getting a low-owned guy in Dylan Brooks who was going to smash, and I loved the idea of it. We've been dominating lately. I really wanted to go for that takedown upside, and it just didn't work out great. But today, I'm not making that mistake, baby. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. Patty Mills, Jalen Brunson, Gary Trent, Porzingis, and Deandre Ayton is the high five. Let's get it tonight. Feeling great about this slate, man. And I'm about to record the final look video for NFL. So make sure you stick around and check that out. Let's smash again. NFL has been getting absolutely dominated. And how about that awesome high scoring game yesterday night, man? What a fantastic game to start week 11. Anyways. All right. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.